Hey guys, and welcome to Little Big Podcast. This is episode 174. Alright guys, thanks for joining us this week, and we have a lot of art and quite a bit of news, and only one level this week. I'll get to that later, but we're going to go ahead and get started off by saying that the winner of the Journey DLC the week before we did the interviews was Zacharias C, and this week's winner is Kyle, so congrats to them, and we're going to be getting them their DLC soon. And this week, for our DLC giveaway, we are going to be giving away the Starhawk DLC, so that's pretty exciting. We'll be announcing that later in the episode as well. But for more ways to figure out how to do that, just keep on watching at the news section, and we will discuss how to win those. First up with the art, we have the Kid with the Kid with the Games art, and then we have Kyle's Epic Thievius Sakunis art, the winner of the DLC for this week. Then we have Mr. Troll's LBP2 shirt. Then we have Joseph's Men in Black Sackboy. Then we have JK's LBP Vita lock screens, which were very cool. I'll find a way to put those up for download. Then we have Eugene's Sackboy art. Then we have Dispenser's Sackboy Snowboarder art. Then we have Oliver's Sack Ninja art. Then we have someone's name that I can't pronounce, Gifroch's art. I think I said that right. Then we have Oliver's Sackboy art, Jacob's Sackboy on LBP art, and then David's Sackboy on LBP art. It was a very similar theme. Then we have Kareem's Sack Dragon art, Paul's Sculpture, and Sackdan's Swamp art. So if you want your art featured in the next episode, send it to littlebigpodcasters@gmail.com with the subject line of art, and we will put it in the next episode. And when you send in that art, it also enters you into our DLC drawing. So just go ahead and send in your art. It doesn't have to be fantastic. It doesn't even have to be good. Just send it in anyway, and we'll put it on the show. Although make sure it is LBP related, and that would be helpful. Alright, then we are on to the level for this week, which is Redway by Codex, spelled with a K and an H. But yeah, it was a really great level. It was made by one of the winners of the MM pick for this week, actually. There was about 10 MM picks this week, and they made one of the levels. But it was a platformer, and it was one of those levels that really reminds you of how bad you are at Little Big Planet once you start playing it. Like, basically, it's a death trap. It uses the new Attracto mod thing where you can attract to different things. And that's a very cool gameplay element in this level, but it's very deadly because sometimes I forget that you double tap X to fall off and you single tap to jump and stay on. So I'll double tap and I'll be like, yeah, and then I fall and die, which is not, yeah. But it was a really fun level, and I really enjoyed it. So if you guys want to check that out, you can queue it up by clicking the link in the description. It'll take you to the lbp.me page of the level, and you can queue that one up to play it. We are on to the news for this week, and first up we have last week's show, which was an interview with William Ho of United Front Games. He's the design director there, and he kind of opened up about some of the new features of Little Big Planet karting. One of the things that he touched on that was very exciting to me, and some of you guys picked out, was talking about how customizable the experience is going to be, like with the vehicles and stuff. One of the examples we presented to him was a helicopter. Let's say you wanted to make your vehicle for this race/mission a helicopter. He said he couldn't go into a lot of detail, but people are going to be surprised how flexible the game is and how diverse the experiences can be. So it was a very encouraging and exciting interview about the game, and I guess we'll hear more about it at E3, which is now just over a week away. So that's kind of crazy. Anyway, next up in the news is going to be a bit of scolding for you guys. Now, when I was trying to pick levels this week, 90% of the levels were copy-paste levels, and that's so fun. It kind of kills the creative spirit of the game if all you do is copy and then paste someone else's level. So my admonition for that is to not fall into the trap of easy published levels by just copying a level and then pasting it. Get out there and make your own levels, and it'll pay off in the end. So make it easier for the people who actually want to play good levels and make your own levels, or just don't publish anything. That's just about it on that topic. Now we are on to the Little Big Planet Vita Developer Diary. This was actually on the PlayStation blog for this week, and it was an interview with some of the people at Tarsier and Double 11 about Little Big Planet Vita. And in this interview, they also talked with Media Molecule, and I think it was Mark Healy and Alex Evans, and they talked to him a bit about, how the future of Little Big Planet is going to be in Tarzier's hands and how comfortable they are with it since they've already worked with it. But it was really cool to see the guys from Media Molecule just saying, yes, this is going to be a good game. We've been involved with this, and we're trusting them with the development of it. So it was kind of cool as well, and you can check that out by clicking the link in the description. Next up, we have a bit of leaked news, which we will probably find out definitely what this means at E3. But a picture was posted on Twitter this week of a GameStop that had advertised Little Big Planet karting for Vita. And it was kind of interesting because, one, it was, being advertised in a store as available for pre-order. And two, it had different box art. So that kind of does solidify the point of perhaps there will be a Little Big Planet karting for Vita. What has been stated in the past is there are no plans for Little Big Planet karting for Vita, but that can be read one of two different ways. One, you could read it as there's not going to be a specific Little Big Planet karting for Vita, but there will be Little Big Planet karting for Vita and PS3, or there's not going to be a Little Big Planet karting at all on Vita. So what I'm thinking is, like with MotorStorm RC, it was playable on both Vita and PS3, and you could cross-play and things like that. Well, if they try something similar, I think it would go really, really well, especially if they did like a bundle pack where you buy it for Vita and PS3, like a digital download for Vita, something like that. But yes, only the future will tell what is going to go on with that. E3, once again, is, I think, just over a week away. So we will find out a lot of stuff about that in the future. Also, Sony is going to be announcing 20 new gaming experiences. So even though they already announced Little Big Planet karting, last month, that could have been saved for E3. So it's making a lot of people think that there is going to be something very big at E3 from Sony. So it's going to be really exciting. And if you guys stay tuned, we'll be bringing you the latest on E3 and the happenings of it. And though we are a Little Big Planet oriented podcast, we are interested in just about anything that affects gaming. So we'll be reporting on some of the stuff that goes on during E3. And we're very excited about that. And there's a very unique chance that Austin could get into E3 to get some coverage for us. So we're working on that right now, and it would be a really exciting opportunity for him and our show. So yeah, that would be really exciting. So finally, for this week, the DLC thing, how you can win the DLC. I'm going to discuss that real quick. You can comment on this. You can subscribe to our channel. You can tweet this episode with a link to the show and at LBPodcast at the end. And you can follow us on Twitter. You can send in art. There's a bunch of different ways that you can win this DLC. And once again, Starhawk DLC, which was just announced this week, is going to be the prize of the week. It's going to be a costume pack, and I think it's going to have some stickers. It's like a mini pack kind of thing. But it looks like some really cool DLC, so we're excited to be giving that away. And I think that's just about it for this week. So thanks for joining us, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.